So here's a little follow-up and trade breakdown on those NASDAQ shorts. Netted 4% on Thursday, June the 6th, 2024. And this one was interesting in itself because a guy from the group, Miles, he actually took this position as well. He actually got involved without me having to send out like a I don't want to say signal because that's not what we do in the group, but without me having to alert him of the idea or share the idea with him beforehand, he actually saw it on himself based on the teachings that I've been relaying to him over the past 3 to 4 months that he's been in the group. Amazing progress being made. So I reckon we should get into this recap right now. Let's trade recap right now. So considering the positioning overall, it's like my first start framing the trade idea. Considering the overall positioning, I saw NASDAQ on a high, reaching towards highs, way too calm. And I was thinking, you know what? Considering the methodology and considering my approach to trading, it wouldn't be the wisest idea for me to, in such a context, it wouldn't be the wisest idea for me to carry on taking those longs as well, and have my reasons as outlined in the group as well. So a few things came to mind. The mere fact that the range that I was looking at, or the flow range I was looking at, was more or less overextended, it led me to think, you know what, we might be due for price to come back a bit, or price to reverse, so to speak. So the moment I saw this high go, I was saying, or like in my pre-session analysis as well, I was saying, you know what, I would love to see price have like a switch in order flow, where instead of it carrying on this bullish momentum, bullish order flow ranges and holding them, it would indeed switch bearish. So I get confirmation or get some sort of idea that telling me, you know what, it's time we actually move short. Can't be continuing. We could, but for how I view it, we couldn't be continuing the longs, especially for Thursday. So the idea was simple coming into Thursday. Short, but short with reason. One being the fact that the high was cleared. And what's interesting is that I went through a few scenarios, or many scenarios in a live training sessions in the group a couple of days before, like leading up to Thursday, which spoke to the fact that, you know what, the moment we get both on Dow Jones Index, along with NAS, the moment we get a high being cleared, then it speaks to the fact that, you know what, trying to play continuations based on the system, based on the art advisor, the model, trying to play those continuations may not be the most efficient idea, or may not be the most efficient trade idea to have. So much that we kind of like got an epiphany in the call. Instead of trying to play from these recently broken highs, instead we just wait for the actual switching or flow to happen to confirm ourselves short, and obviously get the targets in line in regards to targeting order flow range liquidity. But we can move on a bit. So that's for the pre-session analysis. It was calm, waited for a switch in order flow to happen within a specific time zone. Time period, I should say. That time period, 8 a.m. at New York Open, and ending at 12 p.m. with an additional 1 p.m. depending, and this is circumstantial, the 1 p.m. But usually it's 12 p.m. when the session ends. The idea was simple. Get a switch in order flow that confirms that we are now in a bearish environment, given the already established framework and given the idea that was more or less established as the week developed, the Monday, Tuesday, and the Wednesday developed, so much so that it allowed for the shorts to happen on Thursday. So if we kind of, let me get a bit slower, if we kind of moving a bit, it got a bit interesting. The moment I saw this break, then I sent out like a little like my market hours update, my trading hours update. So you know what, this is something we were looking for based on what was seen in the pre-session analysis. So it was like, yeah, the moment we get this switch in order flow happening, and where regards the switch in order flow, I have a video scheduled and a video coming that pinpoints, speaks to this specifically. But the moment we got the switch in order flow happening, it speaks to me that, you know what, we likely to continue lower. So much that we just went on a bit more in the session of waiting for the range to actually form, and we indeed get like a follow through in regards to the order flow being being confirmed in regards to directional bias. We know for certain now that, you know what, shorts are on the cards. As per the system, shorts are on the cards. The next step was figuring out the order flow range. It's interesting because the way in which I view this for NASDAQ, it wouldn't be exactly the same as I do for Dow. With Dow, there's a bit more nuance. But for NASDAQ, I realized, you know what, I could take these type of ranges. So what did I do? Waited for the range to form. And the range high, and I did a video in regards to what validates order flow range some time ago. But the range high and range low were in place, and the idea was simple: play from 80% of the actual range. Play from 80% as the entry, and the targets would be the order flow range liquidity low that was indeed created as a result of this range being formed. So if I remove my box, you can see the idea was to operate within this time window, these two red boxes, or two red lines, and more or less in this time period. And it was to get entry before this happens. That was the initial plan, to get entry before this happens. So the next step will be setting the limit, setting the stop, obviously setting alerts, and just playing along with what you know the system allows for, or the sequence of events that they indeed look for as it relates to playing with the system, or playing with trades that fit within the system. So currently you have at least 2 hours left. 2 hours left in the trading session for Thursday, for yesterday. And the motive is to go short. Next step, waiting for the mitigation to happen. So then we move forward a bit. And you can see we got the mitigation. 80% of the order flow range was indeed mitigated, and you can see the mitigation came at 10:30 a.m. And then we just wait for the delivery to happen. It took some time to get there, but eventually it did. And that was more or less the framework, or the mental framework used in order to validify, but to frame the actual trade idea, to determine how you're actually getting involved, the entry and the exit, the 4-step framework that I use, and the 4-step framework that I teach, or relay in the group, so that guys can actually go ahead and develop something of their own, or use what has already been provided in the Art Advisor. If this interests you and you reckon is a calm approach to have, I will leave a link to a free trial of the group in the description below, along with you getting access to the free party Discord as well, where I still allow the guys that are already free to join in the live streams as well. They will get access to the live streams, all the live streams, they will get access to, but obviously not the recordings, because that's something specific to the guys in text in the paid version. But this was more or less the framework used, and the framework relayed to guys in the group, so much that it made it easy for Miles to just send me a screenshot and tag me and said, how does this look? Or doesn't it look calm? Doesn't it look like the system that we use? And easy yes. Without me having to say, you know what, this is what you're looking at, this is what you should be looking at too. He already knew what to look at, because the information relayed in such a clear and concise fashion. So if you reckon that was a good motive, or that was a good approach to have, and you would like to take matters into your own hands and actually get ahead and develop as a trader, I implore you to just join the free trial. Join the free trial, see what it's all about. Feel free to leave if you reckon it's not what it actually lives up to. That was all. Have a good one, brothers. Way too calm.